Hello and welcome back to the last exercise in our module 3. Now, this is a school data set, very simple one. It's got the subjects and a list of subjects as well. It's got the number of students who actually attend each of the subjects and the average grade of students for each subject as well. We've also got some questions here that we'll be answering, such as what is the total number of students across all subjects? Which subject has the highest number of students? Which subject has the highest average grade? What does the number of students vary by students, subjects, and what is the average grade of students in each subject as well? We've got a plain sheet I've also created, dashboard. So what I did was just take off the grid lines. And if you'd like to ever take off grid lines, just come to your view here. And right now I can add it back by just checking it, and I can uncheck it and it takes off this, the grid lines. I just feel it makes it much cleaner when I'm presenting my charts in here and all that than having grid lines and you just have too many lines on your chart. I just think it just becomes too busy. That's my own perception basically. All right. So what we're going to do now to be able to answer these questions is just to create a pivot table to help us summarize these questions, and so we can get the answers quickly. So like I said, all you just need to do is just to highlight the columns, and we're going to click on insert. Okay, click on pivot table and make sure it's on new worksheet, and we're going to say okay. Now that we have got our pivot table set, we're going to then move into the first question. Now the first question says, what is the total number of students across all subjects? Okay, they want to know the total number of students across all subjects, whether it's math, English, like the whole total. All right, so now that we're able to define that, for you to be able to do that, we need two different variables. We need the number of students and the subject. So we're going to place the subject in our row, and then we're going to place the number of students in our values. We're also going to ensure that it's on sum and not on, average or something. So we want a total, so we need to sum it up. So it has summed this up, and we can see that the total number is 370. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move into the next question. The next question says, which subject has the highest number of students? Which subject has the highest number of students? So I'm going to come here and just make a copy of this because I don't want to go back, having to pivot table each of them like we did when we first started. So it is just a very quick way to do it. So the question says again, which subject has the highest number? All right. So for you to get to know the number of students that have got which subject has got the highest number of students, I mean, we could obviously still use the same even this one we could still use it, but let's just keep everything different, right? So for us to get to know the subject that's got the highest number of students registered, we could decide to use it conditional formatting. All right, it makes things much easier. So we're just going to select the values, all right, and then we're going to say conditional formatting and click on top to bottom rows and top 10. Now, what this means is if you say you want top 10, it gives you top 10. If you want top 5, just declare that you want top 5. It gives you the highest top 5 percentage values, or number of values there. Now, because the question says they just want to see which one is the highest, meaning 1, right? So we're going to take off the 0 and then just say 1. And then this means what color do you want to put it? Do you want to put it a light red, fill with, it's just color how you want it to present the data. Let's say we want to say green, fill with dark green text. Let's say that's what we want, right? You can see that the color changes here, and we say okay. All right, so it helps us highlight that okay, so the highest number of students that have registered to any of the subjects is English. So that means English actually takes the highest number of students registered in the course. Okay, now we've answered the second question. Now the third question says, which subject has the highest average grade? Okay, so that means the two criteria here is going to be an average grade column and also subjects. Okay, and then we'll find the highest. We're going to copy this like so, like we did. Just make sure you copy it rightly. Okay, so let me just copy this again. Right click, say copy, Let's just come here to a very blank cell, paste, and just, expand. Now I'm going to clear the formatting here because we've already applied a conditional formatting here. So I wouldn't want whatever I get to do here to affect the new findings or analysis I'm trying to do. So what I'm going to do to clear off maybe a conditional formatting to make it back to normal without any form of formatting, all you just need to do is highlight the whole cell, which you've placed a conditional formatting before, which was this. So whatever you do here would not affect this one. So don't worry. Now go to conditional formatting. You can see clear rules. Now remember we selected, set that we want to actually take off because we applied conditional formatting there. All you need to do is select fields. Now, if I click on this one, it would take off this one. It would, every conditional formatting we've done here, it would completely wipe it off. So if you want to actually wipe up a whole thing in a whole worksheet, just click on this one. But for this purpose, we just want the selected. And once you clear it off, you can see that this green here that was here on the 70 has all gone. Now, we're going to then go back to the question to see what it says. Which subject has the highest average grade? So that means we need subject and we need highest grade. So we're going to just untick the number of students. We don't need it for this. And we're going to bring the average right here. So which subject has the highest average? Now, to us get the student that have got the highest average, we're also going to then apply another conditional formatting, okay? To give us which subject has the highest average grade. So we're going to come here as well, like so. You're going to click on conditional formatting, click on top and bottom rules, and we're going to say the top 10 item, and we're just going to say 1. Let's just say I'll leave the conditional formatting color like that, and I'm just going to say 1. So it highlights that arts, we've got a lot of students who've done very well with an average of 95% in arts, which that's really good. So well done, students. Okay, so now we've answered the very third question. Now the fourth question says, what does the number of students vary by subjects? And it's already answered. So what it's trying to say here is, this course, how many students were registered, English, how many students were registered, and things like that. We've already done that. Remember, in the first one we created this pivot table was just to get the total number of students that had totally registered in their different courses, but now it wants a breakdown. Okay, so that's number 4 question answered. And the fifth one is also same, which says, what is the average grade of students in each and all that? Remember, in this third pivot table we created, we just wanted to know the number of we just wanted to know what subject obviously has the highest average grade, okay, which came up to be arts. Now this one's a breakdown of the average grade by subject. So we already have that already created. So now that we've answered the 5 questions in this, let me just go here and first of all rename this to pivot summary. I always like to keep my naming convention. It makes the work tidy as well. And I'm just going to come here and I'm just going to take up all blanks. I just like to tidy up. I just, it's a very good practice you should do. Just take off the blanks because there's no value on it. So there's no point having that and leaving this space here with no value. We'll come here as well and take off this 1, 2, like so. Okay, now it looks much clean. All right. Now, let's say I want to create a card. All right. Now, the card is something that it's much easier to create in Power BI, but I mean, it's something you could obviously also do in Excel. A card is just maybe just a representation of just a number. You can use it to just represent the value of a number and all that. Okay. Just the very plain stuff. So for you to do that in Excel, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to use that to answer the number 1 question that says the total number of students that's enrolled in other courses. So we're going to say insert, and we're going to include a shape, and let's just include a rectangle or a square. Okay, so let's say this is what we want. Now we're going to also take off the shape fill color, which is the background color. You can change it to any color you want, but I don't want any color, so I'm just going to make, or let me just make it white. Okay, I'll make it white. Now the shape outline. Now, first of all, you ask yourself, how did I get to this place? Now, when you draw a shape, if you click on it, automatically shape format appears here. If you click out, you can see that you don't have the shape format here. But whenever you click any shape you've designed, you see that a shape format appears here. Okay. All right. So we can see that this shape has got, is this like a blue outline? Let's just say, for example, I don't want any outline. Okay, you can see once you click on this, it takes you to the shape format. On the shape outline, all you just need to do is just click on no outline. Okay, and it takes off whatever background color. You can see that it's now, without an outline, it's just purely white. Now, there's something I'm also going to just let you know. Now, on pivot table, if I want to reference this for this number to be, to just come in here, it wouldn't work. The reason is because relative references work with cells, ranges of cells, okay? Cells like this, these are all called cells. Now, this is now a shape, so it wouldn't work. Now, let me show you. If I click on this and then click on the, just to reference this, and I say that, is going to tell me this formula is missing a range reference or a defined name. It means that there is a shape that's covering this cell, so it can't actually read what cell you want it to get into. Okay, so it wouldn't work. If I reference this on any normal cell like we usually do, and I just say equal sign relative reference this B12, you see that it appears here. So I just want you to also know, just in case you've been seeing how I've been referencing and you're trying to reference it here, and it doesn't work, so you don't panic. Okay. All right, so now we already know that it's 370. What we can just do, we can just click on this and then just type 370. We'll work on that now. So click on 370. Sorry, my laptop is just a bit frozen. Okay, we just come here, click on this, and once this cursor comes in, just say 370. Now you can see that it's typing in white is because our text color must have been selected as a white color, a white. So we're going to just change this to black, and that solves it. Okay. Now we're going to increase the font size. So you can see we're actually playing with this right now. Increase the font size. Let's say we just want to increase it to like should I say 32. We're going to put the alignment to the center. We want it to be at the center. Let's just make this bold. Should we increase it more? Okay. All right. Let's increase this as well and increase the border lines as well. Okay. Let's do like so. Okay. Now, if you want to write and create a text, so we're going to create a text box just to give it a header of what 370 means. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on the shape format and click on the shape, click on shape format, and you can see text box here. Okay. We're going to click on that and we're going to just make a little insertion here, somewhere here. All right. And then you're just going to arrange it nicely. And what we're going to just type here, we're going to say total number of students. Or we can just, to make it shorter, we can just say number of students registered. So you can just name it wherever you want to. So we're just going to expand this just so that, it comes up, and expand the box as well so that everything just fits nicely. Okay, I'm just going to decrease this a bit. Yeah, the visualization when you're trying to do your charts and things like that, it actually takes time because what you're trying to do is you're trying to position everything nicely. You're trying to make everything all clean and proper, which is good. So I'm just gonna make sure everything is all good, and let's take this one off. These are just highlighting and all that. So just play around with this, okay? It's nothing too hard to do. Just play around with it. Okay, and just gonna drag this one up. All right. Okay, drag this one up. Okay, and I think fine with this. Well, we can decide to just maybe take this one off first for now, and then just put it up somewhere. All right. So we're going to then, so this has become our card. We're just going to cut this up first and go to our dashboard, and let's just paste it somewhere here. And we're going to paste it. So we're going to say keep the source formatting. Okay. So that this is user destination. We don't want as a picture. We want to keep the source formatting. Okay. So you click on that and then it appears here. So this becomes your card. All right. Now, if you also want to add the shape, because maybe you want the shape formats, the borderline, click on this, click on shape formats. You can always put back the line, just so that if you actually want your line, you're free to put that back. So we can just say take it to black and all that. And so we're just going to come here and select that, and the thing is back. So we'll just leave it for now, but we'll take it off later on. I just wanted so that you know that there's something there. And then we're going to copy this one, cut this one as well, and come to dashboard. And let's just paste it somewhere here. Okay, let me just paste it here because I need to obviously give some space. So drag it down. And let's just put this here. Or we could increase this. Okay. And then we could also put this in here. All right. So this is one thing about designs. It takes some of the time because you're trying to get everything, right. Just to make sure everything is all right and all that, which is good. Okay, we're just gonna take back, 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 and then we're going to center. Yeah, so having to just make this thing look nice is just gonna take a lot of time. So you just have to be very patient to get what you're looking at for. Okay. All right, so we're going to just take off the outline of this one because I don't want any outline. So number of students registered is 370. Okay, just going to adjust this to just fit nicely. Okay, so let's say I'm happy with this. All right, now we've got number of students registered. It clearly says 370. Okay, so now we're going to move into the next one. So we've answered this first question. And now the second question says, which subject has the highest number of students? So which subject has the highest number of students? Now we're going to make use of another chart, and we're going to make use of a bar chart. Okay, so make use of a bar chart on this one to answer this question. All right, and we're going to, so to do that, all you need to do is highlight on this from here to here, the values itself, and we're going to go to, pivot analyze. You're going to see a pivot chart here. Click on it, and then we'll use a bar chart. So this is what a bar chart looks like. You can see the different charts as well. So the always to find it, there are two ways to find it. Is that when you click on a pivot, you go to a pivot table, analyze, and then you get to see this. Or you could also go to your inserts and go to recommended charts, and you still get to see the same thing. So there are two ways to go about it. Okay, now we're going to use a bar chart, and let's use a stack bar. So there are different types of bar charts you could use. So let's use a stack bar, and you can use any one you want, and it gives you this. Okay, so it already gives you that these are the courses and the bar. It creates the bar and all that. So what takes time as well is if you want to obviously apply some formatting on your charts as well. So this is what a bar chart looks like. So let's say I want to take off the grid lines. That's this lines here. I'm just going to click off grid lines, and then let's say I want to take off on the legends. Now let me show you what legends are. Legends are when you take it off, it takes off wherever that there is, and we want to take off those buttons. We don't have need for them. We need the bar charts to expand more. So we're going to say hide value field buttons on charts. Just hide it off. Hide this one as well, just so that everything just pops out well. Now we're going to say add data labels so that we can actually have the numbers in it becomes clearer. So we're going to, let's say there are different ways. If you want to like experiment on where you want the data labels, that's the numbers of each of the courses. You can just click on here. You can see that some of them have got a drop down. If you click on it, if you want it inside end, inside base, data callouts, more options, but I prefer to having it inside end. Okay, for the purpose of this, I'm going to leave that as inside end. You can also put a chart title as well. All right, and then you can also put a primary horizontal if you want, a secondary horizontal, but we don't need all those things. Okay, so you just play around with this, and everything is all good. Now what we're going to do next is I want to obviously increase the bar line. It's something you can also do as well. So all you need to obviously do is click on this, and we're going to just do some little formatting. So you can just click on this and then just get to, do a lot of formatting. If you want to change field colors, if you want to like change the color of them, you can change it to whatever color. Let's say I want to change it to like maybe this color. You can see it changes. If I want all of them, I can just select it, and then I could just go to solid fill and just give it whatever color I want to give it. Let's say I want it to be that's not very bright. That's not, let's say let's just use green. It's just for purpose of this course. Okay, all right, so just play around with this. It's very easy to use. Just play around and see whatever comes up. It would obviously help you to understand on how to build up to design and all that. So it's very easy to do. So but for purpose, of course, not to waste time, because it takes a lot of time. If one wants to design to specification, it will take a whole lot of time. All right, so now we're going to call this just to make us understand what we're doing here. So we're going to say the next question obviously was to get the highest number of students. Okay, so we're going to just, on this chart title, we're going to say highest number of students. So you can decide to just put this as well, just so that you can understand what exactly you're trying to do as well. You can also increase the gap width as well between. You can see what I'm doing, just to increase the bar. I don't want it to close together. I want some space, so you can give some space so it increases the bar stuff, the gap between each of the bar. Okay, can also do that. So yeah, just play along with it, and it's a very beautiful stuff. So I'm just gonna then copy this. I'm just gonna cut it rather, and I'm going to paste it on our dashboard as well. So I'm just gonna paste it maybe somewhere here. All right, and I'm going to paste it as and keep the formatting as well. So you can see we're already beginning to build our dashboard nicely as well. Let's say I want to the shape format, and I want to make it this color. Okay, I like the outline of the bar. I think I'm just going to make it this color. Okay, don't want the black all popping out and all that. So I think this looks clean. Okay, so you can see we're already building up our dashboard little by little. Okay, answering our questions and all that. All right. Now, if I also want to change this color, let me change the color of this and let me make it like this. Not too bright like black, you know. It depends on just what you want. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to now then do is to answer the third question. So, say which subject has the highest average grade? Okay. That has got the highest average grade. Now, we can decide to obviously make it as a chart as well, or just only pinpoint the values itself. Okay, anyone is fine. Now let's decide. Let's say for this one we just want to pick up the highest value grade, which is art. Okay, now remember I already told you if you try to reference and all that, it just might not give you what you are looking for exactly. So let's just say we are going to make a card and just say art 95. So we've already created a card already on the dashboard. All we're just going to do is just to make a duplicate of this. We're just going to highlight everything here, and then we're going to say Control D, and it makes a copy for an exact copy of shape and everything. So we're just going to come here and then just drag it and just keep it somewhere here. Okay, and we would align it much properly later. Okay, and then we're just going to come here and say another Control D just to give us the same come back, then Control D, Control D. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna create a new one because this one keeps shifting out, and I don't want to mess up my I don't want to mess up the design already, because this time I'm trying to do a Control D, it's just messing up the arrangement. So don't worry, it's not a problem. Just come back, just click on this shape, go to shape format, click on this, and then go to shape format, click on text box, and it appears here. Voila. And we're going to say what's the question again? The question is which subject has the highest average grade? Okay, so the subject that's got the highest grade, we're going to say highest grade, highest grade by subjects. So we're just going to position this nicely here as well. Okay, so highest grade by subjects, we're just going to come here and then we're going to clean this off and then say arts. Okay, so we can see that the highest grade, was arts, which was at 95. Okay. All right, so we can decide to put that there, and if you want as well, you can decide to also put maybe a little text box as well to put the grade itself, the percentage itself, just in case if you want. We're just going to play around with it. So what we're just doing is just try to make more meaningful sense out of it. So we could just create something and then just say 95 and then just put in a percentage as well. So we're going to take that up and then we're just going to arrange it somewhere, maybe just put it somewhere, let's say here. Okay, so that anyone that's oh, highest grade by art is art and the person scored 95%, or so that's something else we can do. So now we move over to the third question that says what's the third question? Okay, we already answered the third question, right? So the fourth question is, how does the number of students vary by subjects? So we're going to make the number of students that vary by subject, which is this. Now we're going to be making use of let's use a different chart. So we're going to just come here and we're just going to highlight this. And like I said, remember that one we took a pivot table analyze to get the charts. You can either come here and then choose pivot charts, or we just go to insert and say recommended charts. And let's use a column for this one. Okay, we've already used a bar. Let's use a column for this one. So we're going to use a column chart to give us this. All right. And we're going to take off this because we don't want these buttons. We need more space. Okay. We're going to click on this plus sign and we're going to say, you know what, I want you to add the data label so that I can get to see the figures itself. And I want you to take out the grid lines. That's the grid lines there. We don't want any grid lines. And legends are basically like totals and all this. We don't want that. We can just take it off. And we can also click on this and okay, let me just come here first of all. And we can sort A to Z and it will sort it out for you. And then we'll just come here as well and we're just going to hide this buttons just so that we can give our bar some space. Okay, so once we click on this, so you can decide to do whatever you so wish to do here now, but let's just come here and then edit the chart title, chart title rather. And this is to get the number of students by subjects. We're going to say total number of students by subjects. Total number of students to subjects. Okay. So you can just give it whatever form of name you want to give that to. That's fine. Let's say we don't need this as well. We're going to take that off. And we can also take that off as well. So take off the primary and take off the horizontal. We don't need that. Okay. So that gives up more space and all that. But we need one more thing here. We need the I think we need one of the axes. We need the horizontal one, but we don't need the vertical, right? Yeah, we need the horizontal. We don't need the vertical. So yeah, so that we can actually have what names and all that. So this looks good. So I'm just going to take this now. Let's see if I'm happy with this. If I also want to increase this as well, remember when you want to increase it, just click on this and click on format, and then you click on this. Just play along with it. Like I always say, just play along with it. That's the only way you can be able to get the best out of it. Okay. Size. You can always click on the alignment and see what it says there. Experiment on it. There's no harm in trying. Okay. So let's say we're just happy with this. And we're just going to copy this. Cut it rather. We're going to cut this and we're going to paste it on our dashboard. And let's paste it. Let's paste it here or here. Okay, let's just paste it here first. And I'm just going to put it here. All right. And let's say I want to just change this to green. Let's just say I just want to change it to green. Okay. And okay. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want the colors, not the blue. So let's come here and yeah, I want to change this. I want to change it to green. So yeah, once I do that, you can see that the numbers this has changed as well. Okay, so let's answer the last question. Okay, the last question is, what is the average grade of students in each course? Now, let's say we want to filter this course by, just to give it, so we can use a pie chart. Let's say we want to know math, English, and science. All right. We just want to know the average. We just want to know, let's say if we just want to know the average grade of students by math, English, and science. I'm just tweaking the question a bit just because I want us to use a pie chart as well. Okay. So what you just need to do is come here, and we already have an average here. So that's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clean up this one because we already have this. So we're going to clean up the rule because we don't want whatever we're going to do next to affect what we're doing. So we're just going to say, yeah, clear this. And we're going to filter that we just want. So you're just going to untick everything and just tick the one we want, which is English, math, and science. All right. So now that we then have it, we're going to create a pie chart. So we're going to come here, click on this, click on insert, go to recommended charts, and click on pie charts. So there are different types of pie charts. You can do this, but let's use the normal pie charts. Okay, so we're going to click on that, and you can see that pie chart already is created now. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off this because I need more space. It doesn't help me. I don't get any value from this. So I'm just going to take that one off, and I'm just going to take off this one as well. So, and then I'm going to see what I want to add. Click on this plus sign. Do I want data labels? Okay, yes, I want data labels. I want the valued numbers, the average to come in. And you can also, do you want to put it inside? Do you want to put it outside? Do you want to, put this? So whatever that works well for you, that addresses the purpose of what you're trying to do. You want to put it inside or inside end or outside. So whatever that works well for you, feel free to use it. Let's say I want to use the inside end for this purpose. Okay. All right. And then let's say, what else do I want to do here? Let's say increase. All right. High explosion. Okay, so you can see when you do that, you can see the different things that comes up. So play along with it. It's very, very easy to use. Now, there's something I also want to say. Let's say you chose a pie chart, this type of pie chart, and you realize that, oh, I don't think I really want this one anymore, I want to change it. You don't worry, it's fine. You don't need to redo it again. Just click on this. Click on design and click on change chart type. And you can come back to the pie. And let's say you want to make the donut one. You can click on the donuts one, and the donuts one also appears here. So I just thought of it just in case, and you don't have to worry, oh, do I have to now start redoing these things and all that? No, you don't. And you can also increase the width between each as well if you want, which that's the gap. Basically, you can also increase that too. You can change how you want the dashes to be and all that. So this is just something you just need to play around with and see what best works for you. So the donut hole size, you can decide to that reduce it or make it really large, or just put it somewhere in the middle, like maybe somewhere like this is fine. All right, so just want you to know that you could actually play along with this. Now when it comes to this as well, you can also get to you can also do something here as well. So I'm just going to click on this, and what I want to do is on the data labels, I want to, if you want to make a call out, you can make a call out. If you just want to show, you can make a show. If you want more options, you can get rid for more options. So yeah, just basically play along with this, and you'll be fine. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna make this as a percentage. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go back and then so I don't waste so much time. Yeah, so I'm just going to come back here and I'm just going to label options. Maybe I want to make it as a percentage and I just want to take up the value. And let's say I want to make this much clearer. Let's say maybe bold. Then I want to increase the fonts. You know, just whatever that works for you, whatever that you think, you know, explains this well, you know, that you know, gives you what you want. You're free to use it. For the legend, I can decide to also make it at the top or the left bottom or at the bottom. So let's just say I want to leave this at the bottom. Okay. And I can also decide to increase this as well if I want. It's totally fine. You can also do that as well. Okay, so let's say this is what we are happy. Let's say, for example, we're happy with this so far. Now we're going to name it and say top 3 averages. All right, so we're going to say, okay, so I'm just going to change this back to the average value and not percentage because we're dealing on average. So we're going to say the top 3. So let's change this. There's the chat title. So we're going to say top 3 subjects, top 3 subjects by grade. Top 3 subjects by grade. Okay. All right. And let's say we're happy with this. We're just going to come here and we're just going to cut it and come to our dashboard. And let's screw up somewhere here. Okay. And let's just paste it for now. All right. So let's say this is what we want. And I'm just going to close this, and I'm just going to try to make this, you know, to fit much nicely. And so I'm just gonna come expand. Okay, this obviously should. Okay. So this is basically, you know, creating your first dashboard already and all that. So what you now need to do is how do you position this thing and so that it becomes nicely represented. So it just depends on what works for you, what you like, you know, and all that. You can just feel free to get to do that. So all I'm just doing is trying to see what best would be able to give me what I'm looking for, so that when I'm presenting this to anyone, I'm just going to group this. When I'm presenting this to anyone, you know, it's something that works well. So I'm just going to highlight everything with this one as well. I'm going to move, let's see, yeah, I think, you know, increase it. Yeah, I think it's fine the way it was. Maybe I'll just reduce this one. So basically, this is just how to do it. Okay, it's very simple. And all that, it's very, very simple. So you can decide to increase it anyhow, position it wherever way that it fits your data. So I'm just trying to like position it all nice or nicely. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this one a bit down. Okay, and just bring this up a bit. Okay, and then just gonna increase this. Oh, just gonna take out that one first. Make a D, and then just gonna put this one first, and then as grade comes in here, and then so what I'm just doing is just trying to resize things. Okay, nothing else I'm doing. I'm just trying to resize things so that it looks better. That's all I'm just doing, nothing more. Okay. All right. It looks getting better now. What I need to do here is bring it to the front. Take this to the back. And bring this to the front. And increase this. So this is going to be total number of students. We're going to say total number of students. Just going to increase this. Okay, don't need to worry, just expand. We're going to make it bold. The total number of students comes in here. And we already said the total number of students in our first listing was 370. So we also get to increase it because it looks smaller now. So we're going to just increase this as well. Let's increase it to, okay. Let's do this here. Okay. So total number of students is 370. And now let's increase this one. So we're just going to increase this. Let's see what number was this, 72. Let's increase it 72 and get to see how it turns out to be. Okay, 72. And now for this one, what was this? This was at 28. Let's also increase this to 28 and see how it turns out to be. Okay, well, I didn't highlight everything, so I'm just gonna come back and highlight everything. All right, and I'm gonna increase it to 28 and then make it bold. I'm just gonna place it somewhere here. That's 28, and this is 28. And then for the percentage, I'm just gonna also increase it, make it bold, increase it like 20. And I'm just gonna put it maybe somewhere here. Now we can actually say our dashboard is ready. Okay, so if you wanted to put maybe a company's logo and name, maybe to send this off, all you just need to do is maybe create more rows here. So you can just create more rows and then we can just call this dashboard. So I'm just going to create, and then I'm just going to call it, let's say Datix dashboard. Okay, let me just add one more. I think it should be fine here like this. I'm just going to call this Datix dashboard. Yeah, let's just call it this. And I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna increase this. Okay, just to give it some base of wording or name. So, and you can decide to put a logo if you want as well. So yeah, basically this is your first, this is basically your first dashboard. So you'll be able to create charts, total number of students. Let me just do this. It didn't pop up well. So yeah, so you've been able to create the total number of students, your total number of students. You've been able to create bar charts, column charts, bar charts, and all that. And that is where we draw the line for module 3 on using pivot tables to create your charts. So I'll get to see you in the next lesson where we would actually be making use of a total new data set, and we're going to make use of Power Query Editor to be able to clean up our data sets and also perform some more analysis. I hope you really enjoyed today's classes. I know it was a bit lengthy, but it was quite very necessary, and just spend a lot of time with your visualization. It's very easy to learn. All you just need to do is just to practice and practice and practice. And I'm sure you will do something even much nicer than this. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson. See you in the next class soon.